kailangan for this week. So you have to appreciate the beauty of nature. You have to appreciate how nature, what are the things that the nature give us, and in return, what can we give to nature or what can we offer to nature. So take this as our recitation for this week. Look at the things around you. What is your idea about the perfect or beautiful nature? Again, look at the things around you. What is your idea about the perfect or beautiful nature? This time, I would like to ask Riza. Riza, Riza, what is your idea about the perfect or beautiful nature? Okay, very good, Raisa. So for Raisa, beautiful nature or perfect nature is in order or nasa ayos. How about you, Alan? Alan, Alan, for you, what is perfect or beautiful nature? Oh, ano ba ang perfect or beautiful nature para sa iyo? Okay. Clean surroundings. Okay. Very good. So for me, perfect or beautiful nature is free from disorder, free from imperfection. For me, that is perfect. But we should remember that nobody is perfect or nothing can be perfect. But we can put everything in order or dapat nasa ayos lahat, nasa sistema. Okay? So let's have the ancient thinker. So ancient thinker or early Greek philosopher, the Melesians, regarded nature as spatially without boundaries, that is as infinite or indefinite in extent. So according to Melesians, nature cannot be defined because it is indefinite or walang katapusan, walang limitasyon. That is nature according to them. At hindi maaarok daw ng isip natin kung ano ba ang nature. Because it is indefinable, it is indefinite. Walang katapusan, walang hanggan. Yun ay according to Melesians. So, Anaximander employed the term boundless in sense that no boundaries between the warm and cold on the moist and dry regions are originally present within it. So, according to Anaximander, ang nature daw or the beautiful nature is explained as boundless or walang katapusan, walang ending. So, walang difference between sa malamig at mainit, especially in the dry region. So, for example, in our surroundings or the climate here in the Philippines, since tayo ay nasa tropical country, meron tayong malamig, meron tayong mainit. Still, we can live sa malamig na panahon, makaka-live din tayo or mabubuhay din tayo sa mainit na panahon. So, meaning to say, what Anaximander mean here is that there is no difference at all. Parehong makakasurvive ang tao in a hot nature and also in a cold nature. According to Anaximander's sketch of the genesis of the world, balikan natin kung ano yung Genesis. That is the creation story. The cosmology, the evolution of the world begins with the generation of opposites in a certain regions of nature. So ang interpretation ni Anaximander dito sa Genesis is that nabuo ang lahat dahil sa opposite forces, opposite direction or regions in the nature. So for example, kung i-relate natin ito sa science, positive and negative should attract to each other. Pag negative and negative, hindi magko-collide yan or hindi mag-a-attract. Pero kapag positive and negative, sila yung nag-a-attract sa isa't isa. So, si Pythagoras ay isang mathematician. Kilala siya sa mathematics at siya ang proponent ng tinatawag natin na Pythagorean theorem. Kilala siya sa pag-decode ng things at pagpo-prove ng mga bagay. So, she described the universe as a living embodiment of nature's order, harmony, and beauty. So, for her, ibig sabihin daw ng universe, or she described the universe na may order. Kailangan daw ang universe ay may sinusunod na batas, pagkakasunod-sunod. That's what order mean. Harmony, interaction between each other, and of course, the beauty, the physical beauty. So, she sees the relationship with the universe involving biophilia. Ano yung biophilia? The love of other living things. And cosmophilia, love of other living beings. So, ano yung relationship ng pagmamahal sa mundo? So, we should love the things around us, yung mga non-living things around us, yung mga bagay na physical na present dito sa mundo. That is what we called biophilia, the love of living things, pagmamahal nating tao sa mga lahat ng may buhay. And the other thing is cosmophilia, or the love of other living beings. Pagmamahal natin sa iba pang sa iba bang nag-e-exist dito sa mundo kahit wala silang buhay. So, how can we relate it to the ancient thinkers? So, ancient thinkers believe that we should accept the presence of everything in this world. So, kailangan daw nating tanggapin na hindi lang tayo ang nabubuhay dito sa mundo. There are also other living things living in this world aside from human. Pythagoras' beliefs such as vegetarianism, abstinence, refusal to eat beans, refusal to wear animal skins, celibacy, self-examination, immortality, and reincarnation were conceived by the author as ethical and ecological. So, for Pythagoras, kailangan daw nating i-accept or maniwala sa vegetarianism, pagkain ng mga gulay, at i-avoid din natin yung pakikipag-ugnayan sa kapwa-tao in terms of sex. Yun yung tinatawag natin na abstinence. Pagkain daw ng mga meat, pumapasok doon yung pagpatay sa mga hayop para makonsume ng tao, and also wearing animal skin. And also pumapasok din doon yung celibacy. Kailangan din daw yan ng tao. Or mabubuhay naman daw ang tao kahit walang asawa. Ang celibacy applicable sa mga pare. Okay. So, bakit natin kailangan daw mabuhay sa ganong bagay or sa simpleng pamamaraan na hindi natin kailangan pumatay ng hayop? It's because the nature should be perfect according to them. And we should take care of the nature. So, dito pumapasok kaya nagkakaroon ng endangered species dahil patuloy pinapatay ng tao ang mga hayop. According to Chinese, all events in the universe follow a traditional process due to the primeval pair, the yang and the yin. The universe proceeds without the beginning or an end. So, dun muna tayo sa idea na yin and yang, the balance in the nature. So, if you will relate the belief of Chinese in the yin and yang, or the balance of the nature, so our ecological system or the nature should have balance as well in terms of science. Dahil kapag nawala ang isang living organism, may epekto yan sa mga nabubuhay na tao or hayop as well. For example, kapag namatay lahat ng puno, mamamatay din ang mga tao. So, dahil binabawasan ng mga tao ang mga puno, there is an effect to us as well. Dahil hindi na nafi-filter ng mga puno ang hangin. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng pollution. And Chinese also believe that the universe lives without a beginning or an end. Kusa na lang lumabas ang universe at walang nakakaalam ng beginning ng universe. At wala ding nakakaalam ng pagtatapos ng universe or pagtatapos ng human race. So let's proceed now to the modern thinkers or mga makabagong paniniwala in terms sa universe or in terms sa ating nature. Immanuel Kant expressed that beauty is ultimately a symbol of morality. It was mentioned in his critique of judgment. According to him, we should try our best to be free of our personal biases when we analyze opinions and express our beliefs. So, meaning to say, we should live according to Immanuel Kant in the way that we are designed. So, dinisign tayo ng ating creator, ng ating Diyos, in a perfect way. Then we should live in a perfect way as well. And we should avoid negative thinkings as well as biases. So kapag nagbibigay tayo ng opinion, we should always give what is true or give opinion that is true, not the opinions that is not true. So we should always believe on factual information. Yun yung paniniwala naman or yun yung sinasabi ng ating modern thinkers, Immanuel Kant. So, according to him as well, the beauty encourages us to believe that nature and humanity are part or an even bigger design. This means every aspect of the world has its place to a larger purpose. So what does it mean? So, ang paniniwala ng ating modern thinker, ang bawat bagay ay may purpose, may halaga. Hindi present ang isang bagay dito sa mundo kung wala siyang halaga or wala siyang kwenta. So that means lahat ay may halaga, may purpose. Can't believe that the orderliness and the harmony of nature with our facilities guide us toward a deeper religious perspective. So everything that we can see in the nature pertains to a wider belief in terms of religion. So in the Bible, it was stated there, or it is stated there, that God created everything. So that means lahat ng makikita natin sa universe na originally designed or may buhay, dinisign ng Diyos. So from that, we can be reminded in our faith na lahat ng living things ay nilikha ng Diyos. So in that way, aalagaan natin ang nakikita natin sa nature or present or ang lahat ng bagay na present sa universe because it is designed by our Creator. Understanding the environment refers our relationship to ecology and nature. So, ano nga ulit yung conscience? Ecological conscience kapag minamahal ang surroundings. Diniscuss natin yun last time. So, everything or every one of us should have ecological conscience or pagmamahal or konsensya sa nature. For Herbert Marcuse, humanity has dominated nature. There can only be change if we also change our attitude toward our perception of our environment. So nowadays, mas marami na ang tao kesa sa natural creation ng Diyos. For example, yung mga hayop, unti-unti nang nauubos because of the activities of human being. Nasisira ang nature dahil sa activity ng tao or dahil sa tao. So, ano ang magagawa daw natin according to Herbert Marcuse? So, kailangan daw natin ng positive attitude towards nature. So, caring for the environment contributes to health, well-being, and sustainable development. So, if we will care for the environment, hindi lang natin maa-achieve ang success within ourselves. We can also achieve success on the nature itself. Climate change triggered different views regarding that environmental theories that show care for the environment, namely deep ecology, social ecology, and ecofeminism. So let's define once again what is climate change. Climate change is the negative effect or another effect of the environment, the reverse effect of the environment compared to its natural design. So for example, dati ang environment natin or ang ating ecosystem, meron tayong malinis na hangin. So nowadays, iilan na lang or pili na lang na mga bansa ang mako-considered na merong malinis na hangin and wala na tayong matatawag na 100% pure air. So, dahil sa climate change, meron tayong mga theories na umusbong. So, the first theory that we have is deep ecology theory. So, according to deep ecology theory, ecological crisis is an outcome of anthropocentrism. The controlling attitude of humankind is extended to nature when in fact humanity is part of nature. So ibig sabihin ng deep ecology, because the human person manages the nature, ang nangyari, napasama or nasira ang nature dahil ang tao ang gamit ng gamit sa nature. Ang tao ang sumisira sa nature. That is according to deep ecology. So nagkakaroon ng pagkasira sa nature because of the activities or attitude of human person. Next is social ecology. Destroying nature is a reflection wherein few people overpower others while exploiting the environment for profit of self-interest. So dito sa social ecology, kumikita tayo or kumikita ang ibang tao sa nature, kaya ito nasisira. Okay, yun yung tatandaan natin sa social ecology. And next is ecofeminism. This theory argues that ecological crisis is a consequence of male dominance. In this view, whether whatever is superior is entitled to whatever is inferior. So, dito sa ecofeminism, tandaan natin yung idea na kapag babae daw, na-overcome iyon ng mga lalaki. So, kapag mahihina, na-overcome ng malalakas. So, how are we going to relate that idea to ecofeminism? So, ang paniniwala ng ecofeminism, mas mahina ang nature, kaya nasisira ng tao ang nature. Hindi nagagalit ang nature or hindi nakakapagsalita physically ang nature, kaya ang tao ina-abuse ang nature. So, almost the same itong mga theories na to. Ang kailangan nating tandaan dito is their sense to each other. Again, kapag deep ecology, ang attitude or ang outlook ng tao, ang gawain ng tao, ang sumisira sa nature. Dito sa social ecology, kumikita ang tao sa nature, kaya nasisira ang nature. Sa ecofeminism naman, mas malakas ang tao sa nature, kaya sinisira ng tao ang nature. So now, these theories value the care, conservation, preservation of nature and humanity. So we have these theories because we wanted to take care the nature. We wanted to save the nature. So we have here a psychologist. He is Erich Fromm. He's a German humanistic philosopher and also psychologist, and he believed that it is about time for humanity to recognize not only itself but also the world around us. So si Erich Fromm, naniniwala siya na dapat magbago tayo sa sarili natin para mapangalagaan natin ang nature. So meron siyang propose na mga activities that the man can do to save the nature. Makikita natin yan later. So at present, the Association of Southeast Asian Nation or ASEAN Economic Community examines the modernization of research and development. So, ang ASEAN or Association of Southeast Asian Nation, they focuses now on the effect of modernization. And they are also making research on how can we save the nature? How can we have the reverse effect of global warming to our nature? Magkaroon daw ng reverse effect. So nag-aaral ang Southeast Asian nation, ang ASEAN. Kaya laging may meeting ang Southeast Asian leaders on how we can save our nature. Growing concern from various international agencies suggests that Asia may have to release its own growth first strategy. In the case of South Korea, India, or other countries such as Philippines, the 3 R's or reuse, and recycle concept is being utilized. So bakit ba kailangan natin yan? Or bakit kailangan ng bawat countries yan? It's because it's the first step towards or on attaining quality and clean environment. So you can start it even at yourself or even at your home. So from proposed a new society that encourages the emergence of a new human being that will foster prudence and moderation of frugality towards environment. These are some functions of Fromm's envisioned society. So according to Fromm or Erich Fromm, dapat tayong mamuhay sa tama, dapat mabago ang pagtingin ng tao, dapat mabago ang pag-iisip ng tao for us to attain beautiful nature or perfect nature once again. So ito daw yung dapat nating gawin bilang tao. First is the willingness to give up all forms of having in order to fully be or that means kailangan nating i-give up lahat ng mga kagustuhan natin. It's because most of the time, kung ano yung mga kagustuhan natin, gusto natin ng makabagong technology and it affect negatively to our nature. So, kailangan mamuhay daw tayo sa simpleng pamamaraan, i-give up ang lahat ng mga kagustuhan natin. Be fully present where one is. So, meaning to say, makisama or makiisa sa gawain ng lahat in terms of nature. So we have to take care of the nature as others are taking care of the nature. Trying to reduce greed, hate, and illusion as much as one is capable. So you should not hate, avoid negative feelings towards someone. It's because nature or ourself is part of the nature. So kapag sinisira natin ang ating puso, kapag sinisira natin ang ating mindset, we are also trying to destroy the nature itself because we are part of the nature. Making the full growth of oneself and one's fellow beings a supreme goal of living. So, you should help yourself, you should also help others to attain good life in terms of nature. You should love others for others to love nature as well. You should live in a positive way so that others would live in a positive way as well towards nature. Not deceiving others, but also not being deceived by others. One may be called innocent but not naive. So, dalawa lang dito sa mundo, nagpapaloko at nagpapaloko. Pero dapat daw, according to Erich Fromm, wala ka dun sa dalawa na yon. Hindi ka manloloko at hindi ka nagpapaloko. At walang tao dapat daw na maging tanga, maging mangmang. So, lahat daw dapat ay maging matalino sa nature, maging matalino sa pakikitungo sa bawat tao. Freedom that is not arbitrariness, but the responsibility to oneself, not as a bundle of greedy desire, but as delicately balanced structure that at any moment is confronted with the alternatives of growth or decay, life or death. So meaning to say, kailangan ay maging responsable tayong tao in terms sa sarili natin at para din sa iba. Huwag maging mapag-imbot or maging makasarili, mang-angkin ng hindi naman kanila. You should live in a balanced way and also i-accept natin na there is life and death. In that way, maiisip natin na wala namang permanente dito sa mundo and you should be good to others. Happiness in the process of ever growing alternativeness or growing aliveness. Whatever the furthest point is that faith permits one to reach for living as fully one can is so satisfactory that the concern for what one might or might not attain has little chance to develop. So, ever-growing aliveness, nabubuhay tayo araw-araw. Bakit? For us to change ourselves, for us to continue live in earth in a positive way. So, huwag kayong maniniwala sa mga nagsasabi na, I can't change myself. No, you can change yourself. Maniwala kayo na kung hindi kayo mabuti ngayong araw, pwede kayong maging mabuti tomorrow or pwede kayong maging mabuti sa mga susunod pang araw. You have the capacity to change yourself. You have the mindset to change yourself. So why not change for the better? Why not enjoy what we have here in earth today and not to put so much hatred in our hearts? Joy that comes from giving and sharing. This is one of the best way that we can live this idea. Share what you receive, share what you have, and live it as a vision or as a an idea or belief that you should always share to others. Sharing is caring. Remember that. Developing one's capacity for love. So, pag sinabi nating love, hindi naman yan pagmamahal sa kapwa-tao, pagmamahal din yan sa kalikasan, pagmamahal sa nakapaligid sa atin or in our surroundings. So, you should love because you wanna give something. You should love because you wanna help someone. You wanna help something. And you should give something because you love that person. Okay? Ang pagmamahal ay nararamdaman yan. Hindi yan naipapakita lang basta-basta. Ipinaparamdam yan. Shedding one's narcissism and accepting that tragic limitation inherent from human existence. Okay. Pag sinabing narcissism, makasarili, pag-iisip lagi ng tungkol sa sarili. Yung mga taong selfie ng selfie, tinatawag natin na narcissistic. Yung mga taong gandang-ganda sa sarili, tinatawag nating narcissistic. Bakit natin kailangang iwasan yung pagiging narcissistic? It's because we have to accept that there's no perfect in this world. We have to accept na walang perfect na pangyayari dito sa mundo. Everything can be a tragedy. So, pwedeng fairy tale ang mundo, pwede din namang tragedy ang mangyari sa mundo. So, that's all for today regarding our discussion on the beauty of nature. So, I would like to ask you now, do you have any question? Do you have any question?